placement training by excellent faculty members for their betterment.
We build,
We create,
we imagine the impossible and make it possible.
Civil engineers are the builders of world. We don't study, we do engineering. Civil engineering is the mother of all engineering and is a people-serving profession. Our department has conducted various seminars, workshops, technical events, and international conferences periodically. Our faculties are well trained in all the specializations of civil engineering. Our department utilizes various techniques in giving the best lecture through smart boards and other activities. Certain IVs are also conducted regularly for practical understanding of the students. There are numerous laboratories in the department for providing practical knowledge. All the students are given placement training by excellent faculty members for their betterment.
We build,
we create,
we imagine the impossible and make it possible.
Civil engineers are the builders of world. We don't study, we do engineering. Civil engineering is the mother of all engineering and is a people-serving profession. Our department has conducted various seminars, workshops, technical events, and international conferences periodically. Our faculties are well trained in all the specializations of civil engineering. Our department utilizes various techniques in giving the best lecture through smart boards and other activities. Certain IVs are also conducted regularly for practical understanding of the students. There are numerous laboratories in the department for providing practical knowledge. All the students are given placement training by excellent faculty members for their betterment.
We build.
We create.
We imagine the impossible and make it possible.
Civil engineers are the builders of the world. We don't study, we do engineering.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I
Mr.
think
Satish,
10 minutes.
did you check with the guest? They joined? Hello?
So not it, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep on checking.
Okay,
Let me know once he joined. Good evening, sir. I hope our principal sir is done.
Sir, 2 minutes சார் ஜாயின் பண்றேன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க. மெசேஜ் போட்டிருக்காரு.
Okay, Mr. Babu.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Civil engineering is the mother of all engineering and is a people-serving profession. Our department has conducted various seminars, workshops, technical events, and international conference periodically. Our faculties are well trained in all the specializations of civil engineering. Our department utilizes various techniques in giving the best lecture through smart boards and other activities. Certain IVs are also conducted regularly for practical understanding of the students. There are numerous laboratories in the
Sir, good evening, sir.
for providing practical knowledge.
Good evening.
All the students are given placement training by
Hello.
excellent faculty members for
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
We build.
We create.
We imagine the impossible and make it possible.
Civil engineers are the builders of the world. We don't study, we do engineering.
65 joined already.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes.
Yeah, good evening to one and all. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening one and all. Sir has joined. Mr.
Yes,
Prabakaran,
sir.
I
Yes,
think
yeah.
he's in the line
I
now.
think 2 minutes.
2
So he has
minutes.
joined, I think.
Yeah. He asked for 2 minutes, sir.
Okay,
Fine.
okay, all right.
Okay.
RTA.
Yeah. Good evening one and all present here. So just joined, sir. Shall I start now? Hello. Hello.
So, Principal, sir, you just hold on a minute, sir.
Yeah,
We'll
we
inform
can
you.
hear you, sir.
Sir, hold on, sir, please.
Yeah, good evening one and all present here.
Principal, sir, just a minute, hold on, sir, please.
Yeah, okay.
Now, Tamil Sai was here.
Yeah, Sir has joined, I think so.
Yeah.
தண்ணி ஊத்திட்டா தண்ணி ஊத்திட்டு நேரம் ஆச்சு தண்ணி ஊத்திட்டா நேரம் ஆகிடும்
தண்ணி வந்து அப்படியே தண்ணி 2 குடம் பிடிச்சிட்டு வந்து
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. And in fact, it is an inspiring evening. To start this event, inspiring individuals, I would like to welcome our Principal, Sir, Dr. Paulson Kennedy, sir, to
Yeah.
give away the welcome address. Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, very good evening, one and all present here. Respected speaker of the day, Mr. Prabakaran Murugaiyah, Chief Guest, CEO of techfest.com, and most respected Chairman of the institution, Mr. Perisami Absentia, and dear principals, Vice Principal, and other departments, my dear participants, very good evening, one and all present here in this particular evening for this particular inspiring individuals of the day. This particular webinar is going to be presented by our chief guest of the day, Mr. Prabakaran, who is one of the individual, self-motivated individual who has started his own company way back in 22 decades back. He is going to present about how to start up your own company. In fact, yesterday he was telling about that his own experience. After completing his degree, he never went to employment exchange to register his particular degree for getting a job. He was really interested to start his own company from the day one after getting his degree. That was really inspiring. Many of us will always look for a job, will go and approach any employment or any placement at companies such that we'll get a job. But this particular gentleman, yes, decided his own company to start after getting his degree. I mean, it must be this kind of thing that is there in his mind right from the college days itself. So this is a kind of thing that most of the students, most of the people will never have this kind of attitude. And in fact, this will be help our students, those who are in EDC chapter, they can able to start up their own companies by getting his wonderful speech now. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us in this particular evening. I really thanking you for accepting our invitation and joining this particular evening, and is going to explain your wonderful experience, share your experience with us. I once again welcome one and all for this particular evening, inspiring individuals, the webinar. Thank you, one and all. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Principal Sir. Next, I would like to welcome our Arts Principal Sir, PERI College of Arts and Science, Dr. K. Gunasekharan Sir. We share a few words about this event.
Yes, sir. Good evening to one and all present here. Respected Chairman, PERI Education and CEO, Mr. Sasikumar Iraralan, in absentia. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Prabakaran, and respected Principal, Vice Principal of PERI Institute of Technology and other faculty members, and dear participants, very good evening to one and all present here. I take this opportunity to welcome our Chief Guest on behalf of PERI College of Arts and Science for this wonderful, inspiring evening. And I welcome our Prabakaran, who is going to give the
I'll handle.
inspiring speech to our students and other participants. I welcome you, sir. And in this context, I would appreciate our PERI Institute of Technology faculty members who are working, though in the past 70, 80 days of lockdown period, daily they are working vigorously for the welfare of the students. I appreciate them, and also appreciate our other faculty members, all the department faculties, one and all. I welcome one and all for all the faculty members and participants for this wonderful event, sir. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let me introduce our chief guest to the audience of the event. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah, our chief guest is Mr. Prabakaran Murugaiyah. Is the founder and CEO of techfest.com, a job search engine, and he is the chairman of Tiliconveli Tech Park, Tirunelveli. It's a Silicon Valley of the city Tirunelveli. And about his experience, over 20 years of experience in the tech talent acquisition space, building a world-class technology that efficiently connects candidates and recruiters. Inventor of QFetch, a novel resume search analysis technology solution for the recruiting vertical that matches relevant jobs with qualified candidates within 30 seconds of posting a job or resume in the system. So the interesting thing about this is 30 seconds of posting a job or a resume in the system. So that kind of novelty and innovative technologies he's been handling. And about TechFetch, the platform was launched as a corp to corp.com in 2018, and within 3 years, the portal had 6,000 companies seeking possible recruits. It was rebranded as techfetch.com in 2013. Currently, 7 million applicants from thousands of candidates are flooding the portal for 300,000 direct tech jobs. The words of the winner: when Prabha started the company in 2008, the world as going through the Great Recession and raising money was difficult. In his own words, he has narrated like, I risked my entire personal life savings and quit my 6-figure paying job to bootstrap the company. He says it was a risk that paid off handsomely. And the final slide about this is his own mantra. His mantra is passion, persistence, and passions, built on the top of 3 most valid and timeless traits: humility, honesty, and hard work. And this is now his portrait. He has been joined with the greatest president of India, Dr. ABJ. And I welcome you for this evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, sir. Now
Thank
you can present. Yeah.
Thank you. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். ஒரு நிமிஷம் நான் தமிழ்ல பேசிட்டு then I'll switch to English. நேர்ல வந்திருந்த பெரி சென்னையில முழுவதும் தமிழ்ல பேசணுங்கிறது என்னோட ஒரு ஆசை. உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா நம்ம லாக்டவுன்லாம் முடிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் when I am coming to Chennai, I will visit all of you in person and I want to address all of you in Tamil. ஏன்னா வந்து ஒரு 20-25 வருஷ ஜேர்னிய சொந்த மொழியில சொந்தங்களோட பகிர்ந்துக்கிறது வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு சந்தோஷமான விஷயம். Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'll give some background and then what we want to achieve in this session. Right? When you leave this session, end of the session, for all the students, you will get 3 important things. Nothing more. We are going to talk about 1 hour, but I want you to capture 3 things that you learned today or know about something today. That should be the takeaway. Okay. Of that 3, 1 you should follow every day. So I'm going to, during this session, you will learn a lot, but take something very, very close to your heart. 3 things that you should learn today, and 1 should be the good takeaway. So that should be the time worth spending for everybody. If you are spending 1 hour, you should learn something. That should be the objective. Okay. Let's take the background. I grew up in a very small village. My native is in Tiliconveli district in Ambasamutram Taluk. There's a small village called Kila Ambur. It is a very, very highly agricultural. I studied in a village school. Then like everybody else, grew up to went to engineering college, and then came to US 25 years back. I'm being here for last 25 years. I'm in Washington DC. The place is called Virginia, and I'm in the near Washington DC Metro. That's the place I'm in. When I finished my college, I'm a batch of 89 and 93. There is a college in Kovilpatti called National Engineering College. I finished my engineering there. When I come out of that time, like maybe 2-3 years ago and a couple of years after, there is no campus interview at that time, right? There are probably 25 colleges at that time. Now we have 10 times more or even 20 times more number of colleges. And pretty much every college, they bring companies for campus interviews. So at that time, there was no campus interview. In fact, we don't know what kind of jobs are. We want to finish engineering. We finished engineering with the hope that we will get a job. What happened was, I'll present something so that you will get some context. Getting a job is so difficult at that time because of very less opportunities. There is no growth until the technology evolution happens in the .com software side of it. Then it boomed. So I'll present something that will give you some context. Let me go here. Okay. So you may need to understand the generations. We are 40-50 years. We have all the history and everything. So there are 4 generations, about 20 years. Each generation is within 20 years of time frame. They call it baby boomers. They are in your age. Your grandparents who are retired now are called baby boomers. The next generation is called Gen X. I belong to the Gen X duration between 1965 to 1979. I was born in 1972. So we are all, maybe another 5 to 10 years we can retire in Indian standard perspective. So 40 to 50, 55 years old. Then the Gen Y, they are maybe your seniors, not seniors. It may be a little more 10, 15, 20 years of experience who already graduated 15 years ago. They are from 1980 to 1995. That's the Gen Y. So I talked about baby boomers, your grandparents, and Gen X, likely to be your parents, and your elder brothers or uncles, kind of little in between, the Gen Y. And then the Gen Z, that is your generation, those who are coming out of college, who are born in 1995 to 2015, anywhere between 15, 25 years old. Out of all these 4 generations, I'll tell you an important factor. Baby boomers worked very, very hard just to have 3 times a meal and a roof on their head. They worked so hard, maybe 80 hours a week, and not even taking maybe 2 jobs. And then the Gen X, in our generation, we struggled, but we were the thriving force of the global economy, like your parents. We put all the efforts so that we can create a very, very solid foundation for the current generation, that is you. So you don't need to worry about anything. You don't need to worry about 3 times a meal. You don't need to worry about a bus fare. You don't need to worry about having a bike or even a cell phone. And everything you have, the foundation is being laid out, because our expectation is for you to take care of us and your kids. So you are being more blessed generation. Okay, we struggled a lot because all our parents were given only the education, just education, and we don't have any other foundation, and the jobs are very, very difficult to get. Okay, The Gen Y generation is a lot more, they are the one, I would say, the best generation. That is your seniors. Why? When they come out of college, if they are even in the top 50 percentile market, they are able to get a job because it was a booming economy, the tech workforce, technology, automation, anything and everything, they were able to get a lot of jobs. And they bought apartments, they bought cars, they went to malls, and pretty much, it is a very smooth ride for them because of the opportunities. They worked hard, they're very smart, their parents are given all the foundation, and when they finish the degree, they got a job. Now, let's talk about your generation. You are actually, Gen Z is equal to Gen X. That is my generation, okay? Why? There is no job. Will not be any campus interview for next 5 years. The market is changing, the opportunities are changing. You should have a fear that you are not going to get a job in campus, okay? So we are going back one generation because of the current global recession. But more than a global recession, I'll tell you the 5 other factors. But you may not get a full-time job, but you have an opportunity to create jobs. So you are in a, Gen Z is in a different space like Gen X, because Gen X created a lot of companies, a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunities for Gen Y. Now Gen Z is going to create the same way like Gen X, okay? So I'll come to the second part. You probably may not have noticed when you go in, if I ask, how many of you willing to go and find a job of your own? Most of you, your answers may be no. Most of your answers may be no, because your expectation is somebody should come and give you a job at campus. That is not likely to happen. But if you have a skill, people will find you one way or other and give you a job. So you have to go from knowledge, which is the degree from the college, to skill, so that somebody can come and your just a degree will not get you a job. You have to have a degree which is knowledge plus skill. I'll also explain in the later presentation that what is the knowledge economy and the skill economy. You should have a fear, but you don't need to have a worry, okay? The fear will give you the power to go and hunt, right? If you worry about your job, you will not go out of your house. You should have fear, but you should have a cautious to go and hunt the job, okay? I'll give you another reason. When we come out of college, when we go and find a job, we have seen pretty much in every office, every building, even before we go to the gate, there will be a board called no vacancy. That no vacancy is not for technical people or not for engineering. It is pretty much for everybody. Every office, every building, there will be a security. Even you have to give the resume, the paper resume that we have given, have to be in the security. Not even you cannot go and attend interviews. There is no walk-in interviews. There is no job fairs, those kind of things. That was the situation 30 years ago. Have you ever seen in the last 2-3 years, or even now, a board called no vacancy? No, because that many opportunities are there. But the current generation is thinking of, okay, I want a job, but I want a job if. So if you want a job, you need to remove the but and if. If we have removed those two conditions, I want a job, period. I want a job, period. Then you will get a job, because every company there is a job, but you need to take a different direction of converting yourself from a person with a degree to a person with a skill. Okay, now go to the next step. In usually, we call it, right, Mada Pida Guru Daivam, like mom, dad, teacher, and God. Now we are adding two more things, right? Google and YouTube. That is your God and a teacher after you graduate. So take these two, because what I'm going to tell, these two are going to help you a lot ongoing basis. Even before you go to the doctor, you go to the Google and see why do I have this fever, why do I have this cough, and before you ask somebody how to prepare the recipe, you just go to the YouTube and then how to cook. So all of those are a click away as a personal assistant with you, more than anything. Okay, that's going to change the life. Already changed, and it's continued to going to change. All right. So the Gen X or prior to Gen X. Now, if you see, this is the number of hours people worked in all baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z. It's going to work. So we were working. The baby boomers were working 80 hours, 70 to 80 hours a week, and then the Gen X worked probably our generation. As an entrepreneur, we all work 60 to 80 hours, but in typical workforce, the expectation is only 40 hours to 50 hours a week. Then the next generation, your generation, probably will work only 30 hours a week. What does that mean? Why 30 hours a week, which has already been getting practiced, where 4 hours a work week or 5 hours a day, something like that? Because you are more intellectual, you are more technology savvy, you will be more productive, you will get the work done what we have done for 40 hours. Okay, so that 30 hours will pay you the same amount of money what we have earned by working 40 hours a week, which means you will get 10 hours more every week, and your quality of life will be double than us, because you have a strong foundation. It just consume everything, then you will get a little detailed understanding of the context behind this. The 30 hours workforce, 50% of the workforce will be gig economy. So you will be part of gig economy. What does that mean, gig economy? Anything that you do independently, rather than a full-time monthly salary, on a flexible workforce. I will come and get the job done, and then you pay for the work or task that we have done, which is called gig economy. 50% of your work will be gig economy. So if rather than looking for a job, if you have a skill, you become your own entrepreneur, you become your own employer, you become your own job creator. And most of the job, 50% of jobs will be like that. So take your mindset away from going and finding a job and retiring. No, you will be part of gig economy, you will part of skill economy. These are the foundations that you should understand when you come out of college. If you have, anybody who's going to graduate this year will be part of this workforce. All right. So I'll give the five things that I have mentioned in a summary. Number one, you will be working only 30 hours of the week, and half of you will be employed as a gig economy workforce, but you will have 4 times quality of life than what we have, because we travel, maybe our vacation time may be 2 weeks in a year. You probably will have 8 or 12 weeks of vacation, because every week you have 10 hours of vacation additionally than the Saturday, Sunday off. So you will be spending most of your time improving your life, be healthy, go and be part of a non-profit organization, do volunteer work. You will do a lot of good things in the social life. Plus, because of that healthy lifestyle, because of the quality of life, you will be living longer. So don't worry about getting retirement in 57 or 60. You probably will have a lot more healthier, lot more intellectual, and more vibrant, and retire in 70. So one good advice I would like to give is, don't worry about getting a job as soon as you graduate. Even work, explore things for 5 years, whatever your interest, and then go for a stable job even after 3 or 4 5 years. That's the best time that you can get to learn something which you like. And you should experience things which you don't like too, so that you don't feel that you missed something. All right. Okay. And then the skill economy and the outcome economy. So that also I'll give a little brief, but let me go a little faster, and then I'll take some questions. The Gen Y, your seniors, which means like after my generation, 20 years of my generation, they got a lot of job opportunities, right? They got 100% of campus placements. Anybody who's coming out of engineering college, they got a job because of technology evolution, right? Software, computers, and that created all other subsidiary opportunities. That is only one industry change, just software and computer. Now there are 5 things coming to you. You are living in the best generation in our lifetime. So we don't know the next generation, but your generation, when you come out of college, not just the software, there is 100x opportunity, right? Number one, 5G. You all know what is 2G, 3G, and 4G. Now 5G, by end of this year, 5G will be available. Okay, so on top of computer, on top of your mobile, now you have an enormous 5G speed, 100 meg, 1 gig, 10 gig size of the speed. And then the AI and automation comes in, which also will give a little explanation. Then the energy and battery is going to come. Most of the cars by 2030 will not have gasoline engine. It will be only battery and solar power. Then the genomic therapy, that also maturing very well. So every pill, every tablet, every medicine that you take will be customized for your body. It is not a generic pharmaceutical, it is not a generic medicine. Every individual will have a specific therapy. That's the so that's why I said that long life is going to come in. Imagine the 30 hours work week. Because you have a 5G, you will work part-time, flexible, anywhere in the world. You will be doing job for any country. So it's going to be global workforce. And then AI and automation will create a lot of jobs in the gig economy. The quality of life, right? Energy and battery. You have the biggest problem. You have cell phone and you have the network, but you don't have the battery, which is the biggest problem right now, which is going to solve. Once you have energy and the battery, you don't have a power cut. You don't need to worry about the AC. You don't need to worry about losing a charge on the cell phone. That's going to improve tremendous amount of quality of life. And then the healthcare is going to help you in the long life. Then industrial, like IoT, like Internet of Things, which is going to change the way that the future is going to work. All of this I'm talking about 5 years ahead of time, right? Not today, but it's starting now. So to summarize, our parents worked 60 hours. In my generation, they work 40 hours, and then immediate next generation. But your generation is going to work only 30 hours a week, but still you will be getting the same pay what we are, and the cost of living will be maybe lesser than what we have. Okay. I mentioned about the knowledge economy and skill economy. Knowledge economy is the degree that you are getting out of your college and university and coming out. To get a full brain developed for a human being, it takes 21 years. So till 21 years, until your brain get fully developed, you should be in a secure, controlled environment. Especially between the age 18 to 21, that's the age that you will have a lot of confusion. You will have a lot of things, because that's the brain is getting fully developed. You may think that you know everything, right? You don't want to listen to anybody. You said, I know everything. You guys are idiots. From anybody above you, anybody below you. That's the way that your brain thinks. It is not wrong. That is, it's supposed to think. Okay. The college and the institutions preserving you not to get distracted, not to get destroyed until your brain is fully developed. So when you till 21 years being in the college is just to protect you, like a small plant or a tree where they put the guard around the bush or the tree until it become 6 feet 7 feet, so that the cow and other thing cannot come and damage you. So you have to think that is your environment. So when you come out to become a skill, to become part of skill economy, you have to learn. If you are a software, go and learn some languages. If you are mechanical engineers, if you are industrial, everywhere there is an opportunity. As I said, go and look at all these 5 sectors. All these 5 sectors can create hundreds of thousands of opportunities. So go and learn what is there in each skill set. All of this industry requires technology, programming, chemistry, physics, and mechanical, especially AI and automation, robotics and mechanical. All those things are combined now. So we have several opportunities. Many companies are not growing because they are not able to find skilled workforce. To become a skilled workforce, you have 2 things. One is Google, another one is YouTube. You don't need anybody's help. All you have to use is your thinking process. Okay, just learn, and you will become part of the skill economy, right? So 5G, AI automation, cloud computing, robotics, and energy. These are the 5 keywords that you need to search, understand what are the 5 things are available in this industry, and then what you can learn. You will learn a lot. You will know a lot of information. Why AI, artificial intelligence, is going to be in a revolution. Every one of you having this robot in your hand, this personal assistant in your hand, right? So I'll give a quick example, right? So I'm taking my Android phone, and then just you all have experienced this, but I'll tell you, right? Okay, Google, call Ovid Shaker on mobile.
Calling Ovid Sakar.
So in just 1 second, I'm able to call a person because this is your personal assistant. Like that, you can do a lot of work. You can ask Google to find, okay, what is 5G, what is artificial intelligence, because now machines can see, machines can hear, machines can speak, and even partially think. That is the AI, and you are part of the AI. You should know how to use these machines and robotics and artificial intelligence for a better equipment. It is not just in the software. It is in agriculture, it is in healthcare, it is in education, it is in smart manufacturing, it is in industrial automation, it is in robotics. Everywhere this is getting used, and the robots are doing welding. You will be just monitoring how to weld rather than you do the welding. That is the future. And you don't need to live in huge cities for getting all these jobs. I created Tiliconveli. It is in Tirunelveli to bring the high-end tech.
Sorry, sir. Kindly unmute yourself, sir. Can't able to hear you.
How did it go there? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right. You can proceed.
Okay. So moving forward, one company may not come and create 100,000 jobs, but there will be 100,000 companies and entrepreneurs like you will create 10 to 15 jobs. That is how the future is going to be. So not, again, I'll repeat, one company may not come and create 100,000 jobs moving forward, but 100,000 companies will come and create 10 to 15 jobs, and you should be one of that person to come and create the jobs. You have all these opportunities. All you have to do is what opportunities you need to pursue and what opportunities you have to create. You have friends, you have foundation, you have very strong parents, but you need to find a way to help and give back. So I'll pause this and then take few questions, and then we can further proceed. Hope so far the high level information was very helpful.
Yes, sir. That's really great. Okay. So my first question is, could you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. So a degree from National Engineering College to the birth of tech first, the lessons, decisions, and thought progress. You can share your points on this, sir. I repeat the question. A degree from National Engineering College to the birth of tech first, lessons, decisions, and thought progress. Thank you, sir.
So I'll tell you the reason for being an entrepreneur, especially in job creation.
Yes, sir.
As I said, I grew up in a small village. In the village, what happens?
Yours is muted. Please unmute.
Sorry, yes. Kindly unmute, sir. It has been muted.
All right.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a village. So during the summer season, there won't be any water, so there won't be any agriculture. So what happens is they have a lot of time. So at that time they go and create these alcohol, right? Basically, in the village they make their own alcohol, and we mix a lot of things. And obviously, when become an alcohol, there'll be a fight. So every day, when I was probably 10 or 12 years old, I still remember that. They'll keep on fighting. Then it came to my mind that time, these people are, that problem will not be there when there is agriculture, when they go and work, and all this happens when they don't have a work. So this is a problem, right? If they don't have a job, they will be creating a problem, which is a society problem. So that time it could have been in my mind that creating jobs will solve this kind of problem. It's just a problem that I have seen in the village that went to my childhood mind. We never know what triggers you, when and what. But I realized this, why I started the company after 30 years of that incident. When I think back why I have started the company, and this is the origin that went to my mind 25 years ago, right? So everybody, one incident, one person, one life-changing event could have happened 5 years, 10 years, 15 years back. That will change your mindset. That's why I chose the path of solving a problem in jobs. When I started, after I came here, I worked for one of the top internet company called America Online, and then I learned a lot. I always wanted to start the company, but you need to know when to start the company. So after it keep on triggering yourself, and then okay, go and start the company. After starting the company, at that time, after starting the company, I did not know that at that time it was a recession. Okay, but we started the company. It's 18 months time period. We are in a similar situation now. I'm running that company for last 12 years. Now we are in recession. People may not know we are in the recession. We will be in deep recession for another 18 months. So getting a job till 2021, it is going to be very, very difficult. All right. So when I started the company, I also started an offshore operation in Tirunelveli. Okay, that is my back home. So I wanted to create a job in the US. At the same time, I wanted to create the job in my hometown, which is my childhood dream. So 12-15 years ago, I started that operation. From Tirunelveli, we helped over 10 lakh people in the US to get a job. Okay.
Really great, sir. Yeah.
Right? 10 lakh people in the US. Last 12 years, we have helped over 10 lakh people to get a job in the US. So what I'm trying to convey that is, it doesn't matter where you are, how you are, where you came from, where you studied. It is all about your perseverance, your passion, what you want to do, how you want to do, pursue the dream. It is not going to be an overnight success. It's not going to be in a year success. It is going to be a 5, 10, 12 years long journey.
That's absolutely right, sir.
Be prepared for the long journey.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for that answer. It's really great. And about knowing the count, like 10 lakhs offer, it's great, really. And my next question is towards a student, right? If you think like a hungry mind and a hungry stomach, I just want you to share your own view on these two statements.
Okay, I think this is an excellent question. You always want to go one level above, right? So today we are in this situation. We always think that I want to be better tomorrow. So how do you become the better tomorrow? Hungry stomach is only for 1 hour. If you eat, you are not going to think about eating something for next 3 hours until you become hungry. But that is a very short-term tactical thing, which is an ongoing basis. But the hungry mind will never stop, right? Plus, if you eat, you will get hunger again after 3 hours. But if you learn something, that goes to your brain and it stays there for lifelong. So go and learn about brain. Okay, we have several billion neurons in our brain. If you learn one thing, you know, but scientists are saying that we are using only 10 or 20% of the brain. The remaining brain, these are computers. It's not being switched on, right? We are using only 10% of the brain. Remaining 90% computers in our brain we did not switch on. But when you started learning one thing, you are switching on one more computer. You learn one more thing, you're switching on one more computer. So I'll give an example. Why somebody is doing a music, and then if they keep on practicing, they are getting best out of it, because you keep on increasing. The more you learn, the more you practice, you become the best person. And if somebody is doing programming, he's keep on doing programming every day and become an expert. Same thing like surgeon, same thing like a sports person, same thing like a speaker. So every day if you learn something, you are going to switch on maybe 10 computers in your brain, and you have millions of computers in your brain. So learn.
Yes, sir. That's really a great answer for a hungry mind. Learn. Yes, sir. My next question is aptitude building towards employability for Indian students, the untouched facts. If you want me to repeat the question, I will.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Aptitude building towards employability for Indian students, the untouched facts.
Okay, so this is going to be a little hard answer, but take it with the right spirit. Okay,
yes,
students think that, especially the current generation thinks that they want the best out of best. That's okay. But the best out of best comes, they are expecting something 5 times, 10 times better than their parents, some 5 times, 10 times better than their elders. But they want anything They want now and better and best, which is very unrealistic. Okay. The you have to, if you want something, first you have to give. That should be the attitude that we all have. Don't take it for granted. Don't expect things that come to you. One simple example: don't expect the job, the campus interview. Don't expect the placement from your college. Their job is to educate you. But if you have a skill, the companies will come to you. So that should be the attitude. You should be going and finding and creating value for others, rather than somebody has to come and give you a job and train you, also give you the salary. Don't expect that, please.
Okay, sir, that's a good answer. I have one question for you, sir. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Have you ever felt regret of starting this company after? I mean, you have been in this field for say about 2 to 3 decades. Have you ever felt regret of starting this particular company? What are the difficulties that you face during these 2-3 decades? Probably
Sure.
that is the
Yeah.
most important thing that every student would like to get a good answer.
Yeah. So it's entrepreneurship is the most difficult path. Getting a job is a little more easy. And if you don't like the job, you can leave and then start, find another one. Even if you cannot find another one, you will, struggle for some more time and then experiment something like that. But being an entrepreneur, creating a job is a lot more difficult thing. You have to have a lot of self-motivation. The question you asked is, have you ever regretted to start the company? Yes.
Yeah.
But that, if you did not get that into your mindset, then you have not started something beyond what you are capable of. And you should regret your decision and find a way to solve your problem and overcome that regret. And that will give you one step above. That step will become comfortable. Then you will regret to be in that step. Then you want to go one more step. So always you have to push yourself into uncomfortable zone. The question that came to mind, because you will have, as an entrepreneur, you are answerable to your employees, you are answerable to your family, you are answerable to your investors, you are answerable to your customers, and all of them have to be happy in a medium way. So you need to handle and juggle a lot of things. However, that regret sometimes may come once a year, sometimes it may come once a month, sometimes it may come for daily for a week. So if you don't have a regret in your life,
You must get muted, sir. Please unmute, sir.
somebody's keep muting me.
Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay, sir.
Sir, the person has been removed, sir. You can proceed.
Yeah, please continue, sir.
Yeah, so you have to challenge yourself to go above and above. Then only you become, you create jobs for 5 people first year, 10 people second year, 100 people. But that is not going to change our life. I'm not going to eat 10 idlis just because of created 100 jobs. I always need that same 4 idlis every day. So that is not the motivation, right? But you have the satisfaction that, okay, now you're helping 100 people, now we are helping 1,000 people. So that should be the attitude.
That's right, sir. Thank you, sir. So one should have the self-motivation and the self-confidence so that they can able to build up their own company. They can able to face all the problems. What are they? Thank you, sir.
Any other question?
So someone asked, I want to know the failures and obstacles you faced.
I'll give a brutal, honest answer. Okay.
Yes,
The
sir.
biggest obstacles are the people that we are hiring. Okay.
That's it.
The biggest obstacle is creating jobs. The reason is people wanted to come and ask for a job, but at the same time, they said, I have a degree, give me a job. But if you want me to do this, I'm not going to learn this, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, but I need this, I need that, I need this. So the expectations versus reality is completely unmatched, and that is happening not just in my company, that is happening in every company. You have to think that what value that you are taking to the company and how you are adding a value to the company. In that process, if you create a value of say 100,000 rupees, in that process, okay, give me 20,000 rupees back to me. That should be the way that you should think. That's the obstacle. In today's, I have been speaker in many conferences and industrial associations, either manufacturing company or a textile company or processing company, anybody and everybody. I ask them, if you want to double your revenue, if you want to increase your profit, double your profit, do you need funding? Do you need customer? Do you need manufacturing? Or do you need more people to do the work? They said the biggest problem is people to work. They don't have a problem with funding, they don't have problem with opportunities, they don't have problem with the customer, they have problem with people. That has been in every industry, from agriculture to driver to delivery to manufacturing to skill to programming, which is all. So if people change the mind that I need to create a value, I need to learn every day, I will improve my productivity, that is going to change the life. So if you are an entrepreneur, make sure that you bring people who listen to you, who be part of your vision, who's willing to work. If you ask them to work for 8 hours, they should work for 12 hours. That's the type of person that you should hire. Companies are looking for only people like that. Tomorrow, you may not need a job. You can create 10 jobs if you have able to find 10 people who are willing to work with you better than your expectation.
Thank you, sir. One more question from audience. Could you tell us how you started your path towards entrepreneurship and your initial steps?
Can you repeat the question?
Could you tell us how you started your path towards entrepreneurship and tell us about your initial steps towards that?
So basically, you have to have the mindset that what is comfortable to me, right? Doing a job, is that comfortable? So I have friends, right? Out of 100 people of my friends, maybe 2 or 3 are entrepreneurs. Everybody else is working somewhere, because you have a comfort zone. I have to go to the office, I'll work, I will earn, I will get increment, I'll come back, watch a movie, and then spend time with my family. That is one that is okay, because everybody needs that life. If that life become uncomfortable, no, this is not who I am. This is not who I am. Why I chose to be an entrepreneur? Let's take an example, right? There are millions of people, hundreds of thousands of millions of people who spent and dedicated their life to make a difference in several other millions of people. Okay, simple example.
Yes.
Somebody invented the eyeglass so that you can see better. Somebody who learned how to do the surgery so that they can remove pain for every day for somebody. Somebody who built a shirt, somebody who manufactured a button, somebody who invented hearing aid. What are we are all taking from those people. Of course we are paying for it, but whom we are paying? Someone who dedicated their life. Even say Dr. Abdul Kalam, he dedicated his life so that today there is a storm coming in next 3 days, so be prepared. several millions of people. So one person's life changing. So we all have an obligation and commitment to give back. We have taken hundreds, thousands of things from everybody. Can we give one thing back? Can we create one job back? If we create one job, that family become better, and they will earn a better life. That is, you should think, and that is the motivation behind me for being to go for an entrepreneur. Of course, it is an uncomfortable decision. If I'm not comfortable working for somebody, then rather, but if you're working for somebody, you are answerable to only your manager, maybe 2-3 people. But if you are an entrepreneur, you are answerable to several other groups, several hundred people. So it's not that easy. That should be comfortable to you. I am comfortable with that. So I'm enjoying my entrepreneurship journey.
Thank you, sir.
That's good.
One more question from Mr. Joseph Gerald. Please give me the reality report of opportunities for the startups.
See, startups, there are hundreds of thousands of opportunities in startups. Okay, but which one will be successful, which one will be highly successful, which one will be a failure, it all depends on how do you execute. Okay, I'll give a layman example. You have, say, 100 seeds, 100 different seeds. You go and put all the 100 different seeds in a patch to get the germination done. When all 100 grow up, okay, you are taking all the seeds. Now all the 100 is grown up, and you have place to plant that. You have space available only for 10. Out of that 100, which 10 you will pick? You will see which is more valuable, which can bring a better result, which see a good plant, which is growing really strong. So you go and pick those 10 and plant those, which means 90% of those seeds, even it is germinated, you don't have time and bandwidth to grow all of it. That is how investors will think that, okay, out of this 100, I will take only these 2 plants because I want this, like that. But that small plant, somebody else can take it and in a smaller way, or we have to find a way to make it work. So in terms of opportunity, rather than, as I said, rather than 100,000 job opportunities, there is 1 million startup opportunities because of these 5 industries. It is not just in technology, it is in agriculture, it is in retail, it is in e-commerce, it is in industrial, it is in manufacturing, everything. And the world needs a lot more better place.
Thank you. And we'll have one more last question from Mr. Pradeep Yam. How to find potential clients for a new business venture?
It's a very long answer. You should, especially now the field is digital. Put your thinking towards the customer perspective, right? Who wants, say example, you want to buy a laptop. What do? You go and search, okay, I want a laptop to do CAD CAM programming. Then you primarily go and do a Google search. So like that, now people don't want to get sold, right? They don't want anybody to call you and telling that, hey, do you want a laptop? No. When somebody wants a laptop, they go and search, and then they get the listing. So presenting your product for when people looking for, that is the one way to look at it. That's one simple answer for a digital. But always people want to buy something. You have to have a customer where, who, and how they will look for that product, and you have to go and be in front of them. I'll give another good example. So you have created a very sophisticated tea. Okay, maybe a ginger tea with some other flavor like tulsi, right? And you want to sell that tea. What will you do? You go and stand in front of a mall. If somebody is coming in, sir, can you taste this? Try this. This is a flavor, new flavor. They try it. They take a sample, and if they like the sample, and okay, buy this. Or you can give this is available in this store. That is how you promote. So marketing and branding is the way to get customers into your buyer as any product or a service. But it's not a simple answer, it's a long answer. It is the hardest part. 99% of the companies who can be successful only if they know how to attract the customer to find your product.
Thank you, sir. So one more final question, because it seems interesting as a teaching faculty, I could understand that. Before we wind up, you please answer this question. I will read it as the person, Sweta Ramakrishnan, mentioned. Sir, I really try to learn something new, but couldn't stay focused on it. I often tend to leave it halfway. How to overcome those distractions?
Very, very, very good question. Your brain is working faster. Okay, your brain is working faster because as soon as you start reading that one line, you started thinking that line and then going beyond that. So in my view, it is a good thing. Well, let me give an answer in a different way. What I do, and learning is an objective, right? It's a micro learning, short-term learning, and long-term learning. What you want to accomplish, that should go in your mind that this is something that I need to accomplish and get it done in this time frame. Then you have to instruct your brain what you want. Now the brain is telling you, don't go further. You have to tell the brain that this is I want, go and do. Your brain will do things for you. What our energy consumption, 25% of whatever we eat is our calories that we spend a day is being taken by the brain. The brain is just 400 grams. You know your weight, right? 40 kgs, 50 kgs, 60 kgs, but your brain is just only maybe 250 to 400 grams. If that takes 25% of your energy, which is more powerful, that is your CPU. You have to wire your brain to do what you want to do. Okay, I'll give 3 tips for you to be successful. Anybody and everybody, 3 tips. That is 1, 2, 3 of my day. Okay, 1, 2, 3 of my day. What is it? Number 1, I go and run for 1 hour, maybe 4 or 5 miles an hour, right? Either sometimes brisk long walk, or I'll go to gym, or I'll go run outside. That 1 hour a day, you should spend 1 hour a day. That will first, while running, you're shutting down your brain, because the brain will focus getting more oxygen to your body and making you fit to run. So you're shutting down the brain for 1 hour. Basically, you are putting exercise to shut down your brain. That's the best thing to do. I do that, and after I started the company, I was doing that regularly. Number 1, right? Number 1 hour exercise, that starts my day. Number 2, learn 1 hour a day. Very important. Today I'm not talking about technology. I'm talking about brain. I'm talking about agriculture. I'm talking about generation, because I keep learning things every day. That 1 hour learning can be 10 minutes of 6 times, 15 minutes of 4 times, or it can be small micro blog. It can be a small video. Not an entertainment learning something that is new on a daily basis, right? So 1 hour a day. Number 3, 1 hour giving back. We all can give back that 1 hour. Today I come and give this 1 hour back without any expectation. Okay, whatever I have learned, I'm giving back that 1 hour. But this 1 hour is lot more powerful, more satisfaction to me, because it cherished my memories. I feel more happy. After this session, the whole day I will be so happy. So out of this 1, 2, 3, the 3 takes less effort, but it is the most best rewarding. The whole day I'll be so happy because I had a chance to talk to 300 students today and giving them something very important to learn in their life. If you are in the college, you go and give 1 hour to a school student what to learn. What just even very simple thing. Giving back should be part of your life every day. If you go on a bus, if somebody is an aged person, you feel that, okay, I need to give a seat to that person, let him sit. This, you are doing it unconsciously. That is also giving back. So there are several ways to give back. So take your mind saying that what I have given back today, right? Even sharing something, you find something, you're doing a lot of WhatsApp sharing, you're doing a lot of Facebook sharing, but share something very valuable, meaningful to somebody. Don't get dragged into a lot of emotional things. People hate other people, people shout other people, this is that. Remove all those things. Those should be, the negativity should go away from you. I am here to make a difference to somebody's life on an everyday and an hour basis. I'll repeat again, 1, 2, 3 of your day should be 1 hour of exercise. If you cannot take care of your health now, you cannot take care of your health anytime in your life. If you cannot spend and care about your health, you cannot care about anybody else. I'll give that as a solid reason. Number 2, the learning. The more you learn, you become a better person, and more you give back, you become a better human.
Yes, sir. Really, that's inspiring. So, it's my personal question. Can you tell me one book which is great influence on you?
So there are several. It's not in the influence is not just by book. I usually watch. My preference is to watch videos, especially if you go and watch TEDx. And in our life, we have inspiration in every 5 years, 10 years with somebody when we propel and go beyond. So when I was in schools, my inspiration is my dad, right? And my dad is a farmer, but he works hard. He always help people. Whenever somebody is asking for help, he goes and solve their problem. All those things, right? In a village, that's what. Then when somebody sees him as a leader of the community, then you get motivated. You want to become a leader of that community. So that inspiration starts at the young age of your parents, your elders, or your uncle, those kind of thing. And then when you move to college, then you see people who are doing a better executives, who are like Narayan Murthy or Cognizant Lakshmi Narayan. You are being in technology, how you go and build a company which can create hundreds of thousands of jobs. So that has become another inspiration. Then you become an inspiration, like now Dr. Kalam, right? How he come and change, now become a leader. When your path is going from from school days to college days, you look for a job and create an opportunity. Then you have that been accomplished, you started a company. Now you are thinking about how do you become a leader, how do you become a person to make a huge impact, like Dr. Kalam. That become a motivation. Now you go beyond that. How do you become a global person? How do you become a visionary? How do you solve problem for hundreds of millions of billions of people, like Elon Musk or Steve Jobs, or like that. So the reason I watch videos, because to read a book, it probably may take 3 hours, but the same content is available in a video probably within an hour. So basically you're compressing to learn more by choosing the best path. So that's my answer to that.
Thank you so much, sir. And there are greater feedbacks in the chat box, and we have almost 250 participants in Google Meet, and another 150 people have joined through YouTube. And we will compress all the feedbacks and we will make to you personally. And now it's the time for vote of thanks. I'd like to invite our placement coordinator, Mr. Babu Thomas, for joining me to thank our chief guest.
Thank you.
Mr. Babu Thomas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm here, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all. And it gives me immense pleasure to deliver a word of thanks for this event to dignitaries assembled here. And I would like to thank our beloved chairman, Mr. Saravanan Periyasamy, who gave us an energy and support to organize this event. And I would like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Prabakaran Murugaiyah sir, who honored this function with inspirational thoughts. And from your speech, we understand that we need to think and work to be an entrepreneur. And the way you shared your journey and the experiences, which will really help others to move forward their life with the fullest confidence. And we understand that we should always learn. Definitely, from the participants, definitely all understand that they are going to learn from today onwards. And from your TEDx speech, I have got some inputs. And we should run always. We should run always. Running. That is your mantra to be a success. And running, obviously, running a company is like a marathon, as you said in your TEDx speech. And last mile run is always tough. I think you have faced that one during your marathon run race. Last mile run is always very tough, and go for extra mile is the energy always for us. And thank you so much, sir, for joining with us today. Very proud to be with you as a PERI. We are very proud to with a person, inspiring person like you, sir. And I'd like to thank our beloved principal for his wonderful guidance for this event. And I would like to thank our vice principal, sir, for his wonderful idea, because he only idea about to conduct this inspirational individuals webinars. So he has given very good idea and support to organize this event. And I'd like to thank our Arts and Science College principal for joining with us today. And I'd like to thank all the PERI IT HODs and staff members, entrepreneurs, cell coordinators to put the wonderful effort to conduct this session very effectively. So without teamwork, definitely will not be able to conduct this kind of session. So I have to thank all the team members and PERI IT staff members who support to organize this program. Finally, I would like to thank all the participants. I think we have got the participants from various places, from other states and other countries also have many participants have joined today. So I'd like to thank all the participants, each and every one of you, because without your support, without your participants, definitely the program will not be successful. So I understand that. Thank you so much. And one more thing, we are planning to run the same kind of inspirational sessions for upcoming sessions also. From tomorrow onwards, we'll have some other sessions, and up to Friday, we are having many sessions. Keep support the same. Participants, I am requesting you to join with us and make your career in a successful manner. Thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity for me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Babu Thomas. One note for the audience, right? I have created a special thing for you, right? You have to write your feedback in your own handwriting and you have to share the image. And I'm going to give that same thing to our chief guest. One more thing is, if you're really from Tamil Nadu, right, you can write in your hand with your own Tamil language. That's really a best gift for us, right? Please take a little more step for that. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you, really, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much
for
joining me.
It's really a wonderful session. You have got 3 successful tips. That's really wonderful. And of course, you told about 4 different generations: Gen X, Gen XY, X, Y, Z, and all. I mean, the 4th generation, the current generation is really, as you said, very fast, and they can able to understand things, and they can do things, many things, with the help of Google and other things. I hope this your speech will be help our students to start up their own maybe small company startups very soon. Thank you very much, sir. Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank you.
talking.
All
Have a
the
great
best.
day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.